Good evening. On behalf of the Vicksburg 1 School District School Board, Superintendent Chad Sheely, Principal Angela Johnson, and Athletic Director Preston Naylor, I would like to welcome you to the 2018-2019 Athletic Awards Night. This year marks new beginnings for Vicksburg High School, with facility changes and athletic upgrades that are underway. Tonight we have come together to celebrate the achievements of Vicksburg High School students through their athletic work on and off the competition surface. It goes without saying that the awards that will be received tonight are because of parents that give of their time and resources to make each and every athlete at this school the very best they can be. Coaches, we thank you for giving up yourselves to help us reach our potential and to have pride for our great school. We are proud to be Gators and proud to keep producing greatness. Sit back and relax. Again, you are welcome.
A few technical difficulties, but we still rise. As Kyron said, we're here tonight to celebrate these young men and women for a job well done this athletic year. We're very thankful to our school board, our superintendent, deputy superintendent, assistant superintendent, for continuing to set a path for these young men and women to be successful on. We also thank Ms. Johnson and her administrative staff for putting things in place as well for these young men and women. We have young men and women that we're going to celebrate tonight that will be moving on, some seniors moving on to 4 and 2 colleges after they're done here. It speaks volumes about what the coaches as well as what the athletic programs have done here at Vicksburg High School. Again, we want to welcome you. Sit back and relax. We're going to start our program. Thank you.
My name is Travis Vance. How about that? My name is Travis Vance, and tonight I represent the Red Carpet Bowl. Back in 1962, when the Red Carpet Bowl was formed, we played the game in honor and memory of a young man by the name of Leo Puckett. He, like you, took the field one night to play his high school football game. Midway of the third quarter, they carted him off the field. He was paralyzed from neck down for the next 34 years. This Red Carpet Bowl monies helped defray the expense because back then we didn't have insurance. We had local doctors to give of their time and efforts to support this young man through his efforts to be rehabilitated. When he passed away at the age of 47, he was still paralyzed from waist down. Young men, young women, you think about that. And also think about this. If I don't leave you but with one thought tonight, just remember this. I am but one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. What I can do, by the grace of God, I will do. Tonight we have 3 recipients, and I will call their names. Elena Warnock, would you please come forward? Tiara Burns, Alicia Moore, would you please come forward? Thank you, Vicksburg High School, for participating in the Red Carpet Bowl. Not just football, but basketball. Thank y'all so much.
Good afternoon. I'm head coach Antonio Calvin, and I'm here to present the baseball awards. And joining me are our assistant coaches, Kenny Johnson, Cameron Cooksey, and Austin Elders. First up, we have our Gator Award. And this award goes to our one of our most dedicated players. When we first got him, he was a little rusty, but every time his number was called, he was ready to play. And this award goes to Waylon Ramo. Okay, Waylon's not here with us today. Our next award is our Senior Award. And we started off the season with 5, we ended with 1. And we appreciate this senior. He worked really hard this season, and he was a real good kid for us. This award goes to Tyron Moore. And Tyron's not with us either. All right, our next award, Defensive Player of the Year. There's a story behind this kid. Our very first game of the season, umpire came to us after the game and told us that we need to find us a catcher. At the end of the season, the umpire told us that it was a pleasure to catch behind this kid. And this award goes to Ryan Thompson. All right, Offensive Player of the Year. This is a hard choice due to how our season went. But this kid was real consistent at the plate. He batted over 400 all season for us, and real good ball player all around. This award goes to Kendrick Rochelle. Most Improved Player. Again, this was a hard selection for us, but this kid, he's a grinder. He never complained about his knees. He never complained about his arm. He was always there when we needed him. And this award goes to Ryan Thompson. Best Pitcher. Again, a tough one for us. And once we sat and we met about this, and we met about it again. And this award, we had 2 really good pitchers this year. We can only give out 1 award, but I want Dylan Whitfield to stand up real quick. Dylan Whitfield was a dog for us this year, I'll be honest with you. When we first got this kid, he had all the intangibles. The only thing that he was missing was the experience. And Dylan worked his butt off this season. This kid ran hard, he weightlifted hard, he did everything that we asked him to do. And so we wanted to choose 2 people, but due to the numbers and everything else, this award did go to Kendrick Rochelle, but I do not want to miss Dylan Whitfield, because Dylan is a ball player and he's going to be really good for next season. MVP. And again, this kid was our most consistent kid all year, but unfortunately right now he's not with us. And this award goes to Kendrick Rochelle. Thank you. Oh, and before I forget, we have a new addition with us this year. He just signed on with us. He's from Hattiesburg High School, played also at East Mississippi, and he's coming to us by way of Jackson State University. Can we give a round of applause to Mr. Richard Brown, please? He will be our pitching coach and our catching coach for next season. Thank you. good evening.
Good evening, good evening. I'm Coach Carter, and this is Coach Bell, and we will be giving awards for the boys basketball team 2018-2019 season. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Sheila and his staff, Ms. Johnson, her staff, Preston here for all y'all hard work, and more importantly, I'd like to thank the parents for your hard work and commitment. All right, further ado, Gator Award goes to Jeremiah Brown. Look like he's here. Most improved, Greg Jenkins. Best offensive, Devin Kiner.
He's getting the senior award too, Coach.
Best defense, none other than Jameson Norfolk. Senior awards also goes to Greg Jenkins, Jameson Norfolk.
Nobody else is.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Troy Stewart, and I'm the girls basketball coach here at Vicksburg High School. Every year I get up to do these awards, it's pretty cut and dry for me. It's really simple to do my awards because they're just straight out of the stats and the numbers. But before I get started, the one thing I always forget is my biggest help at all, and it happens to be my assistant coaches, Olivia McCoy and Coach Cable, D for Cable. As it pertains to those two, I could not be as effective as we were this year, the team and myself, without those two. We've had some heated arguments, but we always come to an agreement and it makes sense at the end. Now, I also would like to thank the administration and the parents of my team because we spent a lot of hours inside this gym. We spent a lot more time than most people would give us credit for, and it has been showing on the court. We had an excellent season this year, going 18-13, made it to we were 5 points short of going to the Coliseum, so I thought we had a successful season, which made it very, very hard to determine who our awards would go to. So again, we had to go back to the stat book and to the scorebook and make sure everything was correct because I didn't want to get anybody upset with me, especially the ladies that have to come back when we got to get this right for next year. So, first award goes to my seniors, which happen to be Deja Reed, Michaela Carter, Jayla Sims, Jada Clay,
That's it.
Tyriana Carter. And now we got for the best offensive player. That award could have gone to 3 people because they all ended up with a 9-point average. We chose Deja Carter. Deja Carter.
Deja Reed.
Deja Reed.
Congratulations, baby.
Best defensive player. What makes a defensive player? Rebounds, steals, a whole bunch of things go into it. Staying in front of an individual, locking down the other player's best offensive player, a lot of things go into it. But the heart and soul of our defense was Tierra Jones. This next award, I actually explain the Gator Award different every single year, but in this case, this year, the Gator Award goes to someone who, no matter where she played, no matter when she played, no matter how many minutes she played, she gave you the exact same thing, whether it was 2 minutes or 20. She was always going to be there. She was never going to agree with anything you did, but she always gave it her all. And that would be Carmen Davenport. Most improved player this year. We had 3 or 4 because our entire team improved a great deal, but 3 or 4 of them were special. Brandy Dillon gets the award simply because she went from not playing a lot of minutes to playing almost all the minutes, and she was very effective in what she did. Brandy Dillon. MVP, most valuable player. Before I get to the most valuable player, I would like every lady that is part of the 18-19 varsity basketball team to stand, because we had a most valuable team and not a most valuable player. If you were part of the team, would you please stand? While I have them up, while I have you ladies up, we have, for the first time, or second time, a rookie of the year. And since we only had one rookie, we pretty much know who she would be. Destiny Sims. We had 2 finalists for the most valuable player, the actual most valuable player. One of them gave us more points and led the team on the offensive end. One of them led the team the entire year in practice, in games. She did everything she was asked to do, even though she had the worst attitude of us all. Shakora Knight, MVP. I'll tell you, I'm gonna tell her. That concludes our awards. Thank you. Hey, it's got the wrong name on it. We're gonna switch it. We got the wrong name on it. We had to switch it. We switched it at the end.
Hello, everybody. This thing got on. Hello, everybody. I'm Coach Banks. I'm in charge of the bowling team. And I would like everybody that's here from the bowling team for 2018-19 to stand up for your recognition. This is my team for this year, some of them anyway. They did an outstanding job this year, and they've improved drastically this year. We heard that everywhere we went this year, from most of the teams that we bowled against in our first year. So this is our second year this year, and we're looking for much better improvement this year as well. So, and I also like to say farewell to my seniors. I am going to miss you. Y'all were great. All right. All right. My first award that I'm going to give out is going to be for most improved, and that would be Dennis Cage. Which one is it? Which one is it? That one. Not here? All right, we're going to set it to the side till we can get it to him later. Gator Award, Joseph Brown. Congratulations, young man. Thank you. All right. Stay there. All right. For the girls, we had Gator Award, Jayla Jackson. Most improved for the girls, Andrea McGee. All right. MVP for both of our boys and girls. Jasmine Miller for our girls. She was the highest scoring person that we had on the team this year. Joseph was our second highest for the boys. And Drea was the second highest for the girls. Now, our MVP for the boys would be Tyrese Wolf. Are we giving out these senior awards too? Yeah. All right. We also have senior awards that we're giving out to seniors on the team.
I get one of them too.
Tyrese Wolf. Kedra Winchester.
DeForest Barnes, Malik, and Jayla Jackson. That is it. That's my awards for this evening. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Leslie McGee, first year coach of varsity football cheer. As a first year coach, I was blessed or cursed with 10 seniors. And although my awards tonight will serve to acknowledge them, I'd also like to acknowledge my underclassmen. Please stand as I call your name. Freshman Jennifer Banks, junior Kayla Burnham, sophomore Claudia McGowan, sophomore Rosemary Thuha, and junior Michaela Walker. The seniors tonight, along with the awards the individual awards that they are receiving, will also be receiving their Letterman jackets. Unless they've already received the Letterman jacket, in that case, they will receive a cheer patch to add on to the jacket that they already have, along with a senior award. So my first award goes to Captain Jayla Wilson. Co-Captain Antonia Cooper. Co-Captain Shatavia Pinkins. Terrific top girl, Jakira Mosley. Our next award is called the Susan Wells Yerger Coaches Award. It is named after the cheer coach that began the cheer program here at Vicksburg High School. She was my coach and served here for over 20 years, and it goes to Jakayla Brown. Most Outstanding Base, Jordan Davis.
That one. And the other award, the one that's beside it.
Most Outstanding Tumbler, Alicia Moore. Most Spirited, Teresa McGowan. The next award is called Most Improved. However, I feel like I have to clarify this just for a second. These young ladies came to me all wonderfully talented. So this young lady was not at all sub-average. However, I saw her conquer her fears and become great, awesome and fantastic. So most improved goes to Taylor Gray. Our final award was actually voted on by the squad. Our most valuable cheerleader, Shardavia Anderson. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Rhonda Lindix, varsity basketball cheer coach. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my squad for an amazing year. My first award goes to Destiny Pearson. She's receiving the Star Cheerleader as well as the Senior Award. Our next award, Jamia Allen, Most Dedicated. Next we have Tony Taylor, Most Spirit. Anaya Hughes, Coach's Choice. And Janaya Burnett, MVP. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Coach Clarence Maxey. I'll be presenting the cross country awards for the boys and girls. The first award goes to, for most improved runner, will go to Tiara Jones. Most improved for the boys, Peyton Jackson. The Gator Award for the girls also goes to Tiara Jones. The Gator Award for the boys, Leonard Sims. Most valuable runner for the girls, Adriana Scott. And most valuable for the boys, George Gaston. Thank you.
No, I have a parent. I have
Hello. Hello. I'm Leah Sullivan, the Gator Girl coach.
This year we had some amazing young ladies, and I will be presenting the awards. Most Improved Award, Sanaya Lovett. Most Improved Award is also for Taylor Coffey. Most Versatile, Kiana Gray. Sportsmanship Award, Zamoria Taylor. Most Dedicated, Michaelan Stewart. Best Technique Award, Kyrian John. Most Dedicated, Naya Davis, and she also received a Senior Award. Our Showmanship Award and also our MVP, Senior Award, and our captain goes to Kiana Abraham. I apologize for the ones who have helped us out the most this year, our captains, Lauren Butler and LaTravis Smith.
Good evening. I'm Tim Hughes, head football coach here at Vicksburg High School. I'd like to take this opportunity first and foremost to thank the staff that I have working with us, the countless hours that we put in with these kids to not just make them better football players, but to make sure they end up being better men as they leave us and graduate. It's a remarkable amount of time that they put in. If right now, if I could have all my staff just stand up, just to let everybody see the kind of people that put in this time. Something else that's important to me is not only these guys and the staff that put in this time, but each and every one of these has some type of family at home, and while we get to do what we love doing and spend time putting in time with the kids that are out here that we're doing this for, we also have wives and families and people back home that get to put in the time with our family. So I would like to give a special thanks to all of our coaches and every coach that's in here. It's just your wife and your family and your husbands and whoever else, just to give y'all special thanks for allowing us to do this job. And thanks to our administration, be it the principals at the school, be it the AD or the athletic director or the school superintendent. We ask a lot because we want a lot for these kids, and sometimes we're told yes, sometimes we're told no, but we're going to keep asking, and they're going to keep giving everything they can give to us, so I'd like to give out special thanks to them as well. Right now I'm going to call a list of senior football players who receive the senior awards. If you come up as I call your name. Tyrese Wolf, Robert Wilson, Raymond Nix, Jakari Stewart, Jaquarian Caples, Austin Ware, Antonio Calvin, McCarvis Stubbs, Anthony Walker, Thomas Pendleton, Christopher Hayden, Jahari Riley, Darian Howard, David White, Jonathan Myers, Joshua Pettyfoot. Y'all stay up here for a minute. And while this is not the full representation of the seniors that was part of us this past year, when we started the year in spring training, there were more than what we have sitting up here, or more than what I called out. But these are the guys that stuck through it and had the fortitude to do what it took to continue to be part of this team and lead this team throughout the year. They are the seniors of my first head coaching year, so I'll always be greatly thankful. And I personally just want to tell each and every one of y'all that at any time in your life, if there's anything that you need, you can come to me and I will help you out. Love you guys. Y'all have a seat. Now I'm going to have my defensive staff come up and give defensive awards for the night.
As most of you know, I don't really need to use this mic, but it's up here, so I might as well use it. The first award goes to best linebacker is Zion Scott.
He may not be here, Coach. You said that one, right?
The next award goes to best defensive lineman. It was a young man to go in both offensive line and defensive line all year. Goes to Michael Montgomery, who is currently not here because he said he had to go visit his grandmama, and I said, you need to be here, and his response was, I'm not hurting my grandmother's feelings. The next award goes to the Best Defensive Back Award. It is a senior. It goes to Mr. Raymond Nix. He had a bunch of key interceptions for us throughout the season. The last defensive award goes to our defensive MVP. It goes to a young man that we put the entire defense on him. Unfortunately, it was a pretty tough situation because he was just a sophomore, but he rose to the challenge and accepted it and did a wonderful job. It goes to Mr. Marvin M.J. Martin.
Offensive coaches now come up and give awards.
My name is Coach Shelton, offensive coordinator is Coach King, running backs coach. The first offensive award I'm going to give tonight is to the best back. This kid led us in touches, all-purpose yards, and touchdowns, and he only played 8 out of 10 football games. That's Takari Stewart. Second award goes to the best receiver. He was second in all-purpose yards for us, and we had to move him around a couple times for injuries and other reasons, but he shined no matter where we put him on the field. That's Sid Phillips. This next award, anybody knows football is the most important position on offense, that's offensive line. It's a pretty big deal to get this award, so it's going to go to a pretty big boy. Big nasty Chardez too. All right, the next award is offensive MVP. Can't say enough about this young man. We actually fought over if he was going to get offensive MVP or defensive MVP. He's the hardest worker, never complained at everything we asked him. He didn't lead us in any stats on offense, but he led everybody else to their stats. The whole offense ran through him, and he's going to be impossible to replace. That's Josh Pettifoot. Team awards are next.
All right. Before we get to the total team awards, I want to recognize the special team MVP that we have this year, and that's Jahari Riley. Jari was an exceptional long snapper for us, exceptional on extra point snaps. He was consistent. He hustled every play on special teams, which is not usually when you get everybody's best effort. But I was proud of this guy all year long. The next award I want to talk about is the Milton Hurd Award. What I can give you on the history of this award is just what I know and my experience of the man himself. Mr. Hurd, to me, my first year coaching in 2001, was a parent of a senior that year, and he was just a guy that he was down there every day. He wasn't down there every day to get in anybody's business. He wasn't down there every day to complain. He was down there every day to say, what can I do for you to make this a better football team? And that was to every single one of our coaches, not just Coach Stevens as the head coach at the time, but to every single coach. He was that kind of guy that just wanted to make the program a better program. Just like that, I like to pick out a senior this year to give that, because while he didn't get any acclamations and he didn't get to experience a lot of, just playing time even on the field, he was there every day just to say, what can I do for you? And that's Jonathan Myers. Right. Next award is Spirit and Desire. A lot of the kids, if any of them know me, they're going to say, I don't usually say Spirit and Desire, I usually say attitude and effort. That's right, attitude and effort. Well, that's what this epitomizes. This award is going to a guy that, when we first decided who's going to be playing, who's going to get the starting nods every night, he just never did make that cut, but he still came. He still gave maximum effort. He still gave great attitude in the locker room and off the locker room. And by the end of the year, just by sheer will from him, giving that type of effort and that type of attitude all the time, he found himself on the field being a significant help on us on defense, and that's Christopher Hayden. Team captains. Team captains, obviously it's in the name. To me, this is the second most important award to be given out, just because, being part of a football team or a basketball team or anything like this, it's great to get the acclamations, it's great to get the awards, it's great to receive the pats on the back, but these are the guys that, 10 years from now, when you come back, these are the guys that you'll remember for multiple reasons. I feel like these are guys that you'll remember because they were that important to your team and to your class. Both of these are seniors, Robert Wilson and Antonio Calvin. Now, we've gone through defensive awards, defensive back. We've gone through a linebacker award. On offense, we've gone through the running back award and the receiver award. We've even went through a special team award. And the truth is that even the defensive MVP and the offensive MVP, at any one time, a lot of you probably had one name going through your head and it just hadn't been called yet. All right, and this guy was phenomenal to me, because I got to coach his older brother when I coached here before, and the same type of leadership, the same type of influence that he had on the team, this individual had as well, meaning if he had a great day, then the team had a great day. If he had a bad day, the team would have a bad day, so we tried to make sure he had great days all the time. This is our Golden Helmet Award, meaning this is the guy that was the best player for us on and off the field, Tyrese Wolf. Congratulations, brother.
Before I take my seat, I want to recognize an individual who's not on any of these lists, but he's definitely a part of our team, and he is a part of our Gator Nation. This young man started his football career here at Vicksburg Junior High, and he played at Vicksburg High School for a while. It's very near and dear to my heart, but for some unfortunate circumstances, he had to leave. But he went on to continue to play football where he moved to, and he wanted to come back and graduate with his high school class, and he decided to do that in the spring of this spring semester. He decided to come back and graduate. But before he did, he took what he learned here at Vicksburg and earned a scholarship to play football at Southwestern Oklahoma State University. And that individual is Michael Butts. Please stand. I just want to let everybody know, and I want to let you know in front of all these people that I'm very proud of you, and I'm glad to see that the hard work paid off, and we're looking forward to seeing a lot of good years of what you're going to do.
All right, again, my name is Coach Nettles. I'm also the head powerlifting coach. Before we get started, we also overlooked, and it's our fault, back in February, Joshua Petterfoot also signed to play football at East Central Community College.
Girls. Give me girls.
All right, for the girls powerlifting, the best lightweight lifter goes to Alicia Lewis. And the last one is for the best heavyweight lifter, goes to, how do you pronounce her last name, Coach?
I think it's Hughes.
Is it Hughes? Abigail Hughes. Now up for the boys powerlifting. When I decided to come back last July at a meeting with Preston Naylor and Coach Hughes, and the big thing was getting the weights back in order, especially the strength and conditioning program, starting with the powerlifting team. And I told both of them that I'm going to fix that situation. And this year, we had a young man that I'll get to later that competed at the state championships. But up first, I have my best heavyweight lifter. It goes to a young man that's sitting right now in the weight room with a 365-pound bench press, almost a 500-pound squat, and a 500-pound deadlift. It goes to Mr. Shardez Taylor. The next award goes to my best lightweight lifter at 163 pounds. At the state powerlifting championships, he tied for first in his weight class with a bench press of 300 pounds, a squat of 475, and a deadlift of 475. For a man that weighs 164 pounds, goes to Lucius Chambers.
Sorry, I'm lying. Okay, my name is Coach Brian Ellis. I'm the head softball coach, slow pitch and fast pitch. This is Coach Hugh Guest. He is my assistant coach in both programs. On behalf of myself and the Missy Gator softball team, we'd like to thank Ms. Johnson, Mr. Naylor, Mr. Shealy, and the entire BWSD staff and administration for all their support. This year was really trying season for us as far as on the field and off the field a little bit, but we had a lot of accomplishments that we had, and I wanted to make sure that the girls got this recognized and everybody's aware of a lot of these. we finished our slow pitch season 13-10, and that's the best wins we've had in about 10 years. We beat Warren Central, we beat Clinton, finished second in the districts for the first time in, I think, ever. So it was a great job by the girls. In fast pitch, we again beat Warren Central. Made the playoffs for the 6th straight year in a row, and you know, a good season. But we have a strikeout cancer tournament that we started last year, and we've donated over $1,000 to 2 different young ladies that are battling cancer. One of them was at Riverside High School. She's an 8th grader with ovarian cancer. Our girls, these softball girls, it was a really emotional day. We presented this young lady with some stuff that was sent nationally by some of the Holly Rowe. You all know Holly Rowe, ESPN analyst. She sent an autographed items for us to present to this girl when we played at Riverside. Several other players did that. I got an email from Coach Beth Serena, the head coach of LSU, who through us and information through the national stuff that we were, you know, seeing that we had been doing this. She ended up inviting this young lady up to Mississippi State, where she threw out the first pitch in the Mississippi State LSU Saturday cancer game that they had. So the girls presented this stuff to this young lady and her family, a check that we had made through the strikeout cancer. So please give these young ladies a round of applause because they've done a tremendous amount. We were also recognized by the National Fast Pitch Coaches Association to be the National High School Softball Field of the Year this year. Coach and I do a lot of work on the field as long as our administration helps us and stuff, but these ladies get tired of me telling them they get a rake in their hand or brooms in their hand and everything else. So I wanted to make sure that they get the recognition for that also. Without further ado, can all the softball girls just go ahead and come up here, please? Senior Abby Hasty, Senior Kayla Foster, Senior Gracie Emerson, Senior Markayla Childs, Junior Jasmine Miller, Sophomore Jamie Ward, Sophomore Michaela Merrill, Sophomore Shania Lockridge, Sophomore Shelby Hasty, Sophomore Abby Hughes, Freshman Quecia Walker, Freshman Manager Katie Emerson, 8th grader Charlie Van Norman. These are the varsity players this year. We also have Aaliyah Walker. I don't know, is Leah here? That was the slow pitch on the slow pitch team. Okay, we're going to start out with the slow pitch awards. This year, our most improved player, she became a varsity starter in slow pitch and really helped out a lot and really kind of stepped up this year and you know, wasn't one of those that was the projected starter, but she improved, worked hard, and became that person, Quecia Walker. Our best offensive award, we do these by stats. This young lady, if any of you watched our slow pitch games, which by the way, we pretty much set a home run record this year, hit a lot out. It was a lot of fun watching balls fly out of the field. But she, every time she got to the plate, the third baseman, shortstop, left fielder, everybody backed up. Shania Lockridge. Best Defensive Award. This was the first year that this young lady played this position. She'd always been in a different spot, but I told her she was going to play this position. And she did an excellent job with it. Ms. Gracie Emerson. This is the hot spot in slow pitch at third base. Our Gator Award, this year goes to Jamie Ward. Our MVP this year at slow pitch, this is just an all-around stat-wise, compared stats, all that kind of stuff in the game of softball, and then just we felt like that wasn't on the field, would affect us the most, and that's Ms. Jasmine Miller. Our Fast Pitch Awards. This year, our most improved is, again, someone that we weren't expecting to be in the varsity lineup at all, but helped us out tremendously, and that is Charlie Van Norman. Our Best Offensive Award, this was a three-person race up until, I believe, the playoffs, and stat-wise, and then ended up the best offensive player is Jamie Ward. Our Best Defensive Award, Ms. Gracie Emerson. I'm going to tell you a little story about Gracie really quick. I apologize, but I just got to do this. Gracie was our catcher in fast pitch for the last 2 years, maybe longer than that. I don't know. She's been with me every year I've been here for 6 years. But Gracie and I didn't have very good communication. It wasn't, it was a lot of frowning and a lot of me getting on her and all this kind of stuff. And up until sometime last year in fast pitch season or somewhere along in there, I don't know what it was. We have this deal when we get an out and there's nobody on. As long as she hustled up the line to back up first base, we threw the ball around after that out, and I would always tell Mark Taylor, our first baseman, to feed the monkey, and that was Gracie. So I began calling her Monkey, and I don't know what it was, but our communication got a lot better, and I'm really proud of her. She did a tremendous job. Our Gator Award this year, this lady was close in a lot of different brackets, or a lot of different stats and stuff, but every single day in practice, whether it was slow pitch or fast pitch practice, every single day, this girl was all over the field. She practiced hard, and she knew one speed and one speed only, and that was to go hard and practice hard. And her improvements and her success that she is going to have down the road and that she is having now is because of her work ethic, and that's Ms. Shania Lockridge. This year, our MVP award, she was second in offense in batting average. Defensively, she was first or second in fielding percentage, and just somebody that was there every single day and worked hard every single day, and that's Markayla Childs, our MVP. Thank you all very much.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm Destin Ellis. I am the head boys soccer coach. First, I'd like to thank our administration Coach Naylor, Coach Brown, Mr. Shealy, Ms. Johnson, for all their hard work that they've put in for us. I want to start with my senior awards. Kendarius Burrell, Shiv Patel, Jamal Lee, and Jelani McGriggs. Our most improved goes to Willie Moore. Not here. Rookie of the Year, Jaquarian Caples. Our best defensive player, Shakuri Reagan. He also made the All-County soccer team. Best offensive player, Zach Stokes. Also made the All-County soccer team. Our Gator Award, Chris Williams. And our MVP, Jahari Riley.
Good evening. My name is Raven Chanel, and I'm the head girls soccer coach. I have 5 awards to give out tonight, and I'll be brief. I enjoyed the season with the girls. It's my first year coaching them. They made it a lot of fun and very difficult, but I can't say anything else about them. They gave it their all when I asked them to. The most improved award goes to Rosemarie Thuha. Most versatile, Christiana Nevels. Best offensive, Kadamria Cables. Best defensive, Shelby Hasty. And last but definitely not least, Heart of a Champion, Skylar Blair. Oh, and my senior award goes to Kadamria Cable.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Coach Brown. I'm standing in for Coach Gardner. She can be here tonight because her little one is ill. For the Gator Award, Abigail Hughes. Girls Most Points, Juliana Juvie. Boys Most Points, Cameron Bailey. While I'm up here, I'm going to go ahead and do the volleyball awards. I am the coach of the girls volleyball team. I would like for all the volleyball girls to please come forward. Brian Bogan, Jasmine Freeman, Skylar Blair, Jamisha Butler, Haley Irwin, Caitlin Fisher, Janai Wright, Mary Catherine Archer, Michaela Burns, Lauren Carson, Jalen Davis, Arshayla Johnson, Ariana Moore, Makayla Redding. The senior awards go to Brian Bogan and Jasmine Freeman. Most improved player for volleyball, Janai Wright. Defensive player, Arshayla Johnson. Offensive player, Caitlin Fisher. Server of the year, Caitlin Fisher. Most valuable player, Brian Bogan. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, so we just want to give Coach Brown this little flower appreciation for being a great coach, even though it was a real tough, hard season with Coach which Coach Brown that got me on her, but it's all tough love. We just want to give her these flowers and wish you guys a good luck next year.
Yes, ma'am, you got it. What I do? You ready? You ready? You gonna go on that side? I gotta call them out so I know what I'm doing. Good evening. Okay, good evening. My name is Vicki Bailey. I'm the coach for the Vicksburg High School tennis team. Will the 2018-2019 tennis team please stand at this time? Don't leave it here. All right, all right. Man, it's amazing. We had a good season. To say that we had a lot of new individuals that came out. They had a heart for the game. They gave it their all, and I enjoyed them, and I believe they enjoyed it as well. This year, we have 2 seniors. We had 4 seniors, and some of them got other entered in other sports. But the seniors this year was Jayla Peaches, Andre Reynes, Jasmine Freeman, and Cortavius Ross. Some of them got their senior awards in other sports, and it could not have been done without these 2 young men. I tell you, Cameron Beatty and Cortavius Ross, they rallied the troops to come out to actually play, as well as to keep them practicing throughout the year. So those are my right-hand men. The team captain this year was Cameron Beatty. Co-captain, Cortavius Ross. And this year, for the Gator Award goes to Jayla Peaches for the girls. And Cameron Beatty for the boys. Congratulations, guys.
Whatever.
Good evening.
I am Deetra Robinson Cable, the varsity girls track and field coach here at Vicksburg High School. My assistant coach is Coach Clarence Maxey.
Yeah, I do like to I don't like no food up here from me.
Senior Award. Taylor Gray, Shardavia Anderson, and Zion Jones. At this time, I would like the 2019 varsity girls track team to please stand. Thank you. This year's best field participant, Jordan Davis. The Gator Award, Erica Tucker. The best relay team, 4x100 meter relay, first leg Ashley Barnes, second leg Taylor Gray, third leg Adriana Scott, and fourth leg Shardavia Anderson. This year, as in every year, we move from district to regionals, to district, to North State, to state, because that's what we do. This year's 2019 long jump and triple jump champion, Jordan Davis.
Jordan. It's the little one.
The 2019 100 258 district champ in the 100 meter dash, Taylor Gray. The District 5A 2019 100 meter and 300 meter hurdle champion, Shardavia Anderson. And the 2019 5A district relay champs, first leg, Ashley Barnes, second leg, Taylor Gray, third leg, Adriana Scott, and fourth leg, Shardavia Anderson. The 2019 regional champion in the 100 and 300 meter hurdles, Shardavia Anderson. The 2019 North State champion in the 100 hurdles, Shardavia Anderson. And our 2019 5A MHSAA state champion in the 300 meter hurdles, and she was also the runner-up in the 100 meter hurdles, Shardavia Anderson. This year, the Clarion Ledger will host their annual Clarion Ledger Sports Awards on Tuesday, May 14th at Thalyamara Hall. This premier award show only extends its invitation to the top athletes in the state. This year, we, Vicksburg High School, has been blessed to walk the halls with a premier athlete. This young lady has been nominated for the Clarion Ledger Top Female in Track and Field. Please show your love and wish us luck this Tuesday as we represent Vicksburg High School, Shardavia Anderson. She is also our most valuable runner.
Good evening. My name is Sean Archer, and I'm the head boys varsity track coach. Would all boys varsity track members please stand? Boys varsity track. Okay. The best sprinter award goes to Cedric Phillips. Best thrower award goes to Jahari Riley. The best jumper award goes to Cedric Phillips. Best distance runner award goes to Markeith Stimmage. And my MVP goes to Cedric Clifton Phillips. Also, I have 2 senior awards for Markeith Stimmage and Robert Jones.
At this time, we would like the girls and boys varsity track and field members to stand, please. At some point in our lives, we have all been touched by this individual. This individual has spent relentless hours molding and training athletes here in Warren County. As to say, on Friday, May 3rd, 2019, was his last actual track meet before he is retiring. So at this time, on behalf of Vicksburg High School and the track and field program here, we appreciate what you have done, and we would like to present you with this plaque that says Vicksburg High School in appreciation to Clarence Maxey Jr., your dedication to track.
Okay, we would like to give a huge thanks to Coach K and Coach Maxey for motivating us and for believing in us when we didn't believe in ourselves. We love y'all and thank y'all so much for putting up with our attitudes. We have you guys awesome stuff.
Before I take my seat, I'd like to recognize one other individual for an accomplishment. This is not dealing with track and field, this is actually dealing with football. I'd like to recognize Mr. Antonio Calvin for signing a scholarship with Kahoma Community College. Now, we will have Ms. Johnson who will recognize our athletes of the year.
Good afternoon or good evening. I have been afforded this opportunity to present these awards, but I'd like to pause for a moment and ask that all of our coaches stand, please. All coaches. Ladies and gentlemen, as I began this presentation, I want you to know that a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of love goes into working with your young men and women. And there are times when the rule book that I have to stand beside and a lot of the disciplinary actions, all of that stuff comes up, and you have an advocate in your coaches. They stand up for your children because they know things that we don't know. And I just want to take this opportunity to say that sometimes we may disagree, but I appreciate you all, every last one. This first award goes to an exemplary athlete who participates in more than one sport, demonstrates school spirit, and is on track for graduation. And at this time, our female athlete of the year, Ms. Shardavia Anderson. Our male athlete of the year, Tyrese Wolf.
Again, we want to thank you parents, we want to thank you athletes for a wonderful year. Just in closing, I had a meeting today. We are on track for our athletic upgrades for this upcoming year. They'll be done with our football field, the field itself, by July the 1st. So we will host our first game here at Vicksburg High School, I believe week 4, on turf. We'll start our phase 2 project with baseball and softball and all the buildings come June the 1st. So we've got a lot of movement, a lot of things going on within the district right here at Vicksburg High School. We're very excited for what's coming, very excited for what has happened. We're moving in the right direction. Continue to do what you're doing. Parents and students, we do have refreshments that are available. Please grab yourself something to eat. Thank you very much.